Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an awesome life. It's morning. Good morning. All right, so let's get busy. Lisa K, one of my wonderful subscribers, beautiful person who's really transforming her life. Now, if you're following this, you know that she healed her dog. She has broken through with forgiveness, forgiving people and letting go of people that treat her very badly, and had a huge breakthrough with that. She also does the global meditation and realized the more that she sends out that love, that total forgiveness, which is her cutting those cords, right? If that's an anchor and it's dragging you down, you've got to cut that cord so that you can soar, you can sail. And that's exactly what forgiveness does. It's not about saying whether what they did is okay. That's absolutely not what forgiveness is about. It's letting go and recognizing yourself in the other. So here's what happens. Because we are one and we're one energy, and when you start to go to that understanding that you realize I'm not an individual that is either a victim or it's unfair or somebody else has more talents or power than I do, that is absolutely not true. I'm here to tell you that, and I'm backed up by spiritual leaders, religions, and quantum physics that show that that's impossible, because you absolutely control and affect whatever it is you put your attention to. You actually participate in the results. So that makes you what? Responsible. In fact, nobody else is putting that focus on your life like you are. So if your focus is intense on a specific result, and you focus on that result, and you know it is done, that's when you're relaxed. That's when you're not going, please, 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 because you're not really believing when you do that. When you're saying, it is done, and you focus on it, you start to see it in your head. All right, so there's something that I desire, and I've seen this in my head, and then I visually went online and found it. I found it. It was like so amazing. And so I see it. I know it's already happened. I'm relaxed, and I'm sort of just like living my life knowing that that is going to manifest at some point when it's ready, right? There are things that have to happen before then. So that's when you have to be patient, and that's faith. If you start to question it, that's hope. Hope has doubt. There's no faith in hope. Faith is, it's already done, I know this. So quantum physics says, if I put my attention on something, I actually am going to manifest that in some format. Now, what if it is going to come to you in a different manner because of all of the decisions you made up until this point? Remember, there's a lot of energy, a lot of things involved in what will appear. If you've made certain decisions and you have a karmic, let's say, resolution to work through to clean that up, then that has to still take place for other things. It isn't like you just go, oh, all that bad stuff, boom, and then I'm over here. It's like, no, what is it I need to handle from this energy that I created that I will learn from? It's not like, oh, I want it to go away. It shouldn't have happened. You participated in that. So now when you recognize that, you realize, I have to clean that up. I've got to clean up that energy and that karma. And you can do it in this lifetime. You don't have to keep coming back as a cockroach. And so you can handle it right now. And part of that is the forgiveness, which Lisa K is doing. So by her holding on to that, whatever happened, which if that bullying's happening because she doesn't have self-esteem, because she doesn't have self-worth, there's a karmic connection there. And that reflection of what she's feeling and thinking was in her face saying, you aren't worthy. So the bullies show up, right? The bullies show up because she's an easy target, because she believes what they're doing and saying. And the message from the universe, of which she participated in, is this needs to be cleaned up before you can go over here. Because you can't, if you're still not believing in yourself, all these things are going to start happening until you clean it up. That's your telegram, all right? I don't know if you guys heard me talk about the telegram. Telegrams are getting delivered all the time. And people don't open them because telegrams, especially back in my grandparents' day, usually meant somebody died. Usually in the war, it was usually bad. People didn't send telegrams unless it was really important. You have telegrams piled up on your living room table or your kitchen or wherever, and you're not opening them because you're petrified what's in there. It's time to open your telegrams. Guess what? They're not so scary. It's going to say, hey, you are worthy. These people are only a reflection of you because we are all one. They are not to be faulted. You are not a victim. They are not separate from you. They are you. They are the you that says, yeah, you are not worthy. You know, you're this and this and that because you're already doing that in your head. And if you aren't, you better take a really good look at what's going on in there. I just realized I didn't put on lipstick. Not that that matters. All right, so that's what's going on. Your telegrams need to be open because until you address, this has to be handled. That needs to be handled. These are my lessons. They're valuable. And when I handle these, what will happen is then there's nothing else to do. And then you say, okay, now I am karmically in alignment with the things that I desire. So Lisa Kay forgave these people, and she said that the feeling and the power that she connected to now was so free. She cut the cords. She blessed them. That's power. Why? Because she's blessing herself for believing that she was not worthy in the first place. She blessed her own dis-ease with herself and her own belief that that existed. And as soon as she gave that up, it didn't exist anymore. So what happened? Gateways are opening for her. She healed her dog. We did the miracle healing. She actually did it with her dog. And of course, her dog's a willing participant. And boom, no drugs, no going to the vets and spending a fortune on, you know, putting garbage on the little guy's skin. And so she has of course, she has a karmic connection with that dog too. Everybody in your life you have a relationship with. It's part of your, let's say, your family, your soul family, working through things. People come in and out of your life. Don't be afraid of that. So what I'm sharing with you today is that, you know, by really taking these things that we talk about and implementing them one at a time and saying, I cannot go on to this thing that I desire because I haven't really cleared up the garbage, the boulders I've put against the door that have not allowed me to go into that space where the thing I desire resides. I haven't cleared this up. And until you remove those boulders, remember we have the two whys. The big why is what society and everybody's told you how things work. Why do you believe what you do? Because there's a whole foundation here that says you're powerless, you need to do a certain thing, you need to believe a certain thing. And so that big why has dictated your belief system. Now the little why is you, what you chose. So no matter what the big why says, your reason for believing is because you actually went with it. You do believe certain things, or you had a situation that told you that this is how life is, or you had somebody tell you in your personal life, this is who you are. And so your why, the reason you believe that, is based on these situations and this brainwashing. Those two whys, boom, cut them, man, cut them. They float away, bless them. And now what are you left with? No boulders, a wide open door. You feel really good because there was no resentment or negative feelings attached to those things you let go. There were blessings because you realized it was your telegram saying, we're all one. These things need to be cleared up. There's your lesson. What did you learn from it? Not, oh, I have to get rid of these people or that job or that relationship. They're a problem. You're one. So what was that reflection of me telling me I need to change in order to become a better person, right? And that's going to show up all the time. Now, just remember something. You're manifesting everything. You cannot be responsible for the things, the thoughts, and the beliefs of others. that are going to pelt you. You get to choose what you do and don't believe. But if you have an issue in your life or a consistent problem or something that's showing up, that is your karmic message. Start paying attention to that. If you're consistently broke, if you're consistently just depressed, you're not feeling good about yourself. Somebody today said, you know, I'm just feeling unattractive. If I change my belief, will I feel differently about myself? Absolutely. You will glow. You will look younger. Have you ever noticed that enlightened people look a lot younger than they are? Their skin glows. They're happier. Why? Because your body physically does change. Your DNA, everything changes. Your immune system physically responds to that. Again, these are not separate things. Bless your tea or coffee or your water. I drink water all day. I'm a water freak. Bless it. Every once in a while, imagine that's true. Studies have been done on that. Everything's one. It's energy. So if you bless something, even if it's something you don't like, you are releasing it. You are sending positive vibes, and your message to the universe is, everything's as it should be. I'm okay. These are all lessons. I'm here for that. I'm not here to battle everything. It's not supposed to be that way. You're on planet Earth. It is supposed to be that way. All lessons. Everything's school. Everything's school. And we're going to talk about that in the next video. So Lisa K, I'm going to go through some of your videos. And so she asked me about reality shifts. You know, how do you experience one? What is one? I've talked about them before, but I'm going to do it in the next video more extensively. So can you cut the cords to all that doesn't serve you, but bless that when it floats away? You know, don't get the hatchet out and go, yeah, and they're floating away and you're going, that is not released. They're going to find a way back to you, hook up to your boat and drag you down. But when you bless it, it softens and it dissolves. And you know what happens? Those bullies or whoever, you're no fun anymore. We're going to talk about shadow people too. I've done some videos on this, but that's a big one. That's not anything to fear, by the way. If we're all one, what is that? We'll talk about that, reality shifts, and another announcement. This is October of 2018. It's going to be old very quick. The first Saturday of November, and if you sign up for my inspiration, you'll get announcements of this. The first Saturday of November, I'm going to do a free 2-hour webinar. As many people as we can get on there is welcome. At 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I know that's probably inconvenient for some of you. I will post if you signed up for my list, my email list, I will post the recording. But if you're live, you can ask me questions. I'm just going to have an open conversation with you and answer your personal questions. All right, I'm going to start doing that. And then we're going to start having e-courses and all kinds of great stuff. Live events, I'm ramping up. I'm ramping up because I'm going on the road and we're going to change this planet. And it starts with you and you're doing it. You are amazing. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my beautiful, beautiful light being. Namaste.